I'd like to share a story to illustrate how upgrading works. Markets change, and often leadership changes are unrelated to logic or economics. Sectors become popular and then go out of favor. No one knows how long these trends will last, but we can be aware and respond in an effective way. Recently, back in April, the NASDAQ hit a new high, closing above its 2000 peak. Finally, it was a long 15 years in coming. Back in the late 90s, the tech-heavy NASDAQ seemed like it could do no wrong. It led during the bull market, leaving all other indexes in the dust. NASDAQ was up over 300% from 96 to 2000. Here's what it looked like, soaring to its peak in early 2000. But then markets changed. The NASDAQ plummeted from its peak. Many investors wrote it down. Most expected the decline to be short-lived. After all, the NASDAQ had often sold off and it always bounced back. Investors had been trained to buy on dips. The 2000 sell-off seemed like a good buying opportunity. Investors were convinced that tech was the best long-term investment. It was the new economy. Technology was changing the world, and tech stocks had tremendous growth potential. Great story, but it didn't pan out. The NASDAQ didn't bounce back. Rather, it continued to sink for 3 straight years, falling 80%. Here's the interesting part. Technology did change the world and continues to, but it wasn't always the best investment. Tech remained out of favor for years, while other areas of the market had terrific gains. Investors who held on to the reasons why their tech funds should outperform missed out. But not all investors rode the NASDAQ down. When leadership rotated away from tech in 2000, upgrading led us to replace tech funds with value funds. There wasn't a compelling story about why value funds were going to be a good investment. Conventional wisdom at the time was that tech would come back. But by following upgrading, we bought leading value funds and ended the year with gains. In 2000, we didn't know that NASDAQ was on the verge of a massive decline. We didn't predict the end of the tech boom, but we did have a strategy that led us to new leaders when markets changed. Today, NASDAQ is back after 15 long years. It's a different index now, with only about 50% of the original companies remaining. Once again, our portfolios hold tech funds like PowerShares, QQQ, Fidelity OTC. But we know we won't hold these funds forever. Markets eventually change, and we'll change too. My question is, will you? If you'd like to learn more about how to stay in top funds, give us a call. And thanks for watching.